So 5 hours ago, what were your feelings going into about the Ohio State game before this game kicked off? What was your feeling on that game?
I was cautiously optimistic, because I felt like, for one, Buckeye fans, just because I know Buckeye fans, I'm married to a Buckeye family, unfortunately. But I can tell they were a little bit pompous, kind of overlooking us. Probably, and it makes sense. They've been kicking our butt for years. But I felt like they were underestimating Ojabo and Hutcherson. I was like, look, if you think you're just going to run a scoreboard up on us this year, you got to twist it. This year, we're causing a lot of havoc, and we can put CJ in uncomfortable situations. And I thought that it was possible for us to run the football pretty effectively. Because going back to the Oregon game last year, when Ohio State lost to Oregon at home, they struggled to stop the run.
Yep.
So I thought there was for the first time in a long time, I thought there was a formula for Michigan to win the football game. So I was cautiously optimistic that they had a chance. I didn't pick Michigan to win, but I thought they had a decent chance to pull to pull it off. And they did. This year, I'm trying not to be a prisoner of the moment. How I feel right now, I don't feel great at all about next week. But I need to see the reports out, how's health looking, and I know they're very tightened up even during the week about who's going to play and who's not. But is the formula still there on this team to win next week? Absolutely. Does Ohio State have issues that can cause them, that can be exposed? Absolutely. So there still is a very good chance they can win next week, but they got a lot to clean up during this week of practice.
Do you feel better or worse about the game after the Illinois game?
Oh, worse. Because it's just, what today proved was the fear that me and you have talked about, and to the good people who have joined us today, and hopefully you've joined us before, and we would love to continue to have you, is if the what the F moment happens, and you have this formula for winning football games, but what if one of your guys, what if Corn gets hurt? What if before last year Haskins get hurt, right? Can you win a football game another way?
Right, without your fastball.
Yeah, without your fastball, right? Or your haymaker, right? You have another counter punch. They did, but boy, was it ugly. And it was against a team that they could get away with it a little bit. But can you win a game without your fastball versus a team that's just as good or a little bit better?
Yeah.
That's the concern. And man, they didn't really pass that test too well with me. They got the win, but boy, was it ugly.
Yeah, it was tough because, and someone had put, that they just, beat the team with the number 3 defense in the country. I'm like, okay, but you also, I saw you play a pretty good defense in Penn State and blow the doors off that team.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, so, and it's not like Illinois went crazy offensively. Like, you held them to 3 points in the first half. I don't know. At the end of the day, obviously, no team is flawless. I think Georgia's about the closest thing to it. So any team can be beat on any day. Obviously, we get that. So to me, it's not. I don't. My feeling isn't different about the game due to solely on this performance. It's more so the health. It's more so Blake Corum and Mike Morris, because those are guys, before the season started, we were talking about those two guys having an impact, amongst other guys, but they were 2 of the 5 guys that we talked about have to have success in order for Michigan to get to where they want to be.
Right.
And to have those guys banged up is concerning. Like, I really don't, no matter how big of a fan you are, that has to be a concern, because you want to have all your horses in the race, essentially. Yeah. And not having those guys 100%, it's definitely going to be a concern. So